I watched my own stream go offline. Now I'm gonna watch it kick back on, hopefully. No, it just switched to the VOD. Alright. It just keeps giving me the busted stream. This is hard. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we're in business. Thank God. Okay, as I was saying to myself and only myself in this live stream to nobody, is that the way I had it set up before is I have all these inventory slots, they're each individual, and they all hook up to their own individual function. And this is really shitty and ugly. Really, you should have one function, and then they all call to it with their own variables. So if it's the first inventory slot, it calls to the inventory slot GUI input function with the number 1. And then you know that it's 1, and then you can run whatever function, whatever shit you need for that specific slot. This is stupid having it individual. But again, it's fine that it's stupid because I knew that I was going to replace it. And I thought multiple times about just going through and fixing it all up and making it look good. And I'm glad today that I didn't do that because we're going to be working on the bag method. We're going to be putting in bags. So instead of having one set inventory, which is the way it works now, you have 20 slots, no matter what. Instead of that, I'm going to have 4 bag slots. So a bag could be 4 slots, it could be 8 slots. And you have 4 bag slots. So you could put 4 8-slot bags and have 32 slots. That's what I'm going to set up and work on today. So I have the methodology written down. I just need to do it. So that's what I'm going to do. So step 1 is getting that array, the inventory array. This is what saves okay, so this is what saves the inventory. So every time you put an item or you slot an item, it logs it in that array. And then when I save the game, I could save all of the items within the inventory too. So we'll make a item slots array. And then instead of having a max slots variable, I'll just do the size of this array as the max slots variable. So if I need to check the amount of slots the bag has, I could just check the size of its item slots array. If there's 8 empty item slots in the item slots array, it's an 8-slot bag. I don't need a separate variable for that. So it is just empty, right? Yeah. So we'll do an 8-slot bag for the starting bag as like our template bag. Is that 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. Right? Yeah, that's 8. Okay. So then we need to fill those item slots. So when an item gets slotted, what happens? That's tough. Instead of calling to the player, I needed to call to its respective bag, which means I needed to know the bag that the old item is coming from, and I needed to recognize the bag that I'm placing the new item into. Which is just painful to even think about. Alright. Fuck me. So a slot needs to be... I just have so much dog ass code to wade through. So if you pick up an item, ignore the storage and the looting for now. And just focus on getting items between bags. This seems... I mean, looking at it from the angle of, like, having to morph my code into it, it feels impossible. But so did everything else thus far, so let's just fucking do it. Alright. So if a player is holding an item, the slot selected signal slots the item. Oh my god. So I guess we'll do it with the short sword. That's what's so stressful is once I change it, you know, if I fuck something up, I have to... Fine, we'll make a dummy item. No, that's just more confusing. So we'll just modify the code inside Olin short sword, that's fine. So what do I need? We'll just redo the whole thing. Well, let's keep the inventory the same. That's what we need to do. We need to make the signal different. So this slot selected bag slot. Do we want the actual bag slots? This is a tough one. Do we want the actual bag slots to be in the bag? No, because then... Fuck! I don't think I want the items to be direct children of the bags if the bags are going to be independent nodes. I'd rather have the items be direct children of the player. That makes them so much easier to manipulate and like check, you know? But it is worth musing about for a minute. Like, where do I want the items to actually sit? Let's try it as children of the actual bags. Let's try that. Let's do 4. So that's an 8-slot bag. No, I can't do that. Because the size of the bags is going to adjust their position. Like the position of the grid container. That's a problem. I could just make the equipped bag modify the size of the inventory. It's not a bad idea. Yeah. Let's try it. I need like an auto sorting aspect ratio container. I realize a lot of this stream is going to be me just sitting and staring, but I didn't realize how much more thought, like consideration, this was going to take. So if I have 4, I think it would be lame and confusing to just have one big inventory screen with 4 bag slots that changes in size based off of the size of the equipped bags. That's lame and boring. I'd much rather have, so when you press the open all bags button, the inventory button, it opens, like if you have 3 bags equipped, let's say, it'll open 3 different inventories of their respective size. I think that's so much more fun. I needed to like bump it over. Would an aspect ratio container do that? Is that what I'm looking for? A flow container? I can only, okay, so I can only arrange its controls vertically, wrapping them at the borders. Yeah. Fine. Who gives a just like that? Yeah. That makes sense. How does it? Reverse fill. Yeah, reverse flow. Bam. Give me that. Yeah. Yeah. Then we're just gonna fill it with aspect ratio containers and see how it works. Testing. Oh. It works exactly how I want. Okay, now I just need to make sure that it pushes it. That's a tough one. Yeah, no, reverse fill makes sense. That behavior, the last partially filled row or column. What? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Okay. So it pushes it to the right. What I need to happen is I needed to push the first one to the left. No, I don't like that. Is this not based on anchors? Yeah, it is. So both of these are correct. I just need it to... push to the right properly, which may be an anchoring thing. I think it's probably an anchoring thing. Yeah. But I think this is what I want. Hold on, what are the anchors here? 0.9, 0.5, 0.9, 0.5. It was an anchoring thing. But it's doing it wrong. No. I don't want it to put 2 over there. I want it to go bop, bop, bop. Let's test it with smaller ones. Seven to let's do 8. It ends up under it, which is wrong in so many ways. End. And that gets pushed up. And then eventually should kick the number 1 to the bottom. Wrong. But why is it... This is incredibly confusing. I'm not gonna lie. I do want reverse fill, yeah. That's correct. So if I then introduce a third one, why does it end up getting pushed? I want to push the first one over, which I thought is what reverse fill would do, but I guess it reverses only direction, not the actual targets. No, and I see what that does now. It's definitely not what I want. Is that okay? Am I okay with that? So it goes... Dun, 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 dun. I want the first one to go over there, not the last one. I want the first one to go over. Ordering? So... Fuck. I think I just have to be fine with that. Or I could Google it. Alright, what is this trying to fucking hallucinate? A spacer control? That ain't it. What if I refreshed? Will it give me a different AI answer? That sounded right. Hold on, that sounded right. I think it's onto something. Am I stupid? Like, I don't... I think I'm just gonna have to be cool with the way it works right now. But in terms of actual UI... I want it to go from... Because the bags are going to be right here. I want it to go from... Let's make it twice that big. Yeah. Let's make it Terrible version. 0.9, 0.5, 0.9, 0.5. Can I just... Oh. What? Is it just... What did I do wrong? Bottom. Now I'm fucking confused, man. Yeah. So what am I doing wrong here? How does the inventory have a fat fucking sprite? Oh. Understood. Can I do that? No. Worth a shot. So that's where my first inventory is going to be. Then my first inventory is going to get pushed up. Pushed up again. Pushed up again. Pushed up again. No, push to the fucking right. What? No, dude. If I'm only allowed to go left. Dude, UI work in Godot is hair tearing. Straight up. Just stick it to the right. Okay. There we go. Is that really halfway down the screen is how far the bottom goes? Jesus Christ. Fine. No. Fine. Bastards. See, what is this? What is this? Stop. I don't get that. I don't get anchor offsets at all. Does that make me stupid? Probably. I don't get it. I don't understand it. Doesn't make sense to me. Immediately to... But I can only fit 2 8-slot bags before it kicks out. That's not enough 8-slot bags. Bad news. Atomic. Damn. That's just not enough 8-slot bags. It would need to be... like here to there. So I think I could go... I think I could go 0.1, 0.8. Right? Why is it so fucking big? Like, even with the maximum... Oh. Because you can adjust the screen size. Okay, so what does the screen actually have to look like? It has to look like that. To actually look like that. This is so goddamn confusing. So I got a banger playing. So it would be from there. I still don't fully comprehend anchors in Godot. So do I want to use offsets in that situation? So that way it stays in the middle of the screen? I kind of want it to anchor to, like, not the right, but the bottom right. Okay, so let's just set the anchor points. I think I understand now. Hold on. Hold on. Everything makes so much fucking sense all of a sudden. Hang on. Yeah. Oh. It's doing the thing again, and I don't ever remember how I fucking fix it, man. Fuck. Left. Let's add some custom constraints to make it a little more obvious what's going on. I lost it. I fucking lost it. Let's do like 8. No. Let's do like 14, 14. Let's do 28. No, it doesn't work the way I thought it did at all. It does! It works shitty though. So hold on. So if you max out the screen, it only goes up to there. Which is just not nearly enough. So let's see if that's fixable. That works. I just want to know why that's 0.1 if that's 0.8. I want that to make some amount of sense to me. I fucking hate it, but it kind of works. I just don't get anchors or how anchors work. So it would like totally fill out the left side or the right side of the screen. And then at what point does it overtake? At what point does it overtake that? Oh, immediately? Those are my bag slots. Fuck. I want it. Same way that is, where it's hooked up. So I want it with an offset. Can I anchor it to the bottom right and then... That makes sense to me. Now I'm confused. So it's off screen? Fuck. Fuck off. I just want to make it big enough. See, I want... Summer Beach. It's fine. It's just not doing it for me. It's just not doing it for me. Alright. So what do I need? And then let's go. Just go 0.8. Okay. Is that too much? No, it kind of works beautifully. It becomes a little iffy. But that's... Oh, it's not. Okay, well this is less than ideal for sure. I think my mouse is dying. This is less than ideal for sure. But that's only if you have the huge setting, which is for like if you're maxed out. Which means it's kind of ideal, right? If it perfectly fits over that in the biggest setting. That's kind of the intention. I think I love it. I don't know yet, for sure, though. And then if we go tiny... Yeah, man, I like that. I respect this. Do I want it instead hooked up to the edge of the hotbar? So right now it's connected to the edge of the screen, whereas this is hooked up to the middle, so that stays in the middle, which I kind of want for those, but I ideally also don't want people clicking the bags anyway. I would want people pressing B to open all of them, which is... It's a tough one though. I think for now, I'm going to keep them there. Moving them is easy. Make it exist. We can make it pretty later. Okay, so this was staggeringly productive. I'm shocked by how much I learned about UI. And how little I learned about UI. I'm shocked by both of those things in equal measure. Okay, so it looks like we have our methodology done for us. So we're going to replace the inventory, the massive inventory right here, this grid container, with 4 grid containers in this vflow container. And then I'm going to adjust the size, adjust the number of containers. I'm going to add and remove those containers. I do need to hook up the signal to them, though. I don't know if that's possible. If I do this, and then in this one, for example, ha! Okay. I need to make sure I keep note of that because that's really important. Well, no, I hate it. I need to figure out how to dynamically change the size of this. That's a tough one. So I need to dynamically change the size of these grid containers by adding and removing aspect ratio containers or making them visible and invisible. I don't know which one of those is better. And frankly, I don't know if either of them will work. So in 2 hours, all I've accomplished is getting a bunch of squares on the screen. That's awesome. It's perfect. She's bringing me home a beer. She's bringing me home a beer. I think I'm going to call it there. Yeah, let's call it there. It's been a pleasure. We're done. We're done. End of stream.